pools, as it were.
Well, I would say that that is the goal, like I can't remember who was saying it, but once it does kind of suck when you actually see the truth. It's really depressing too. Like even after I was reading a bunch of stuff, I was like, wow, this is horrible. How can we even fight against this? It's like too big. But I think just trying to wake people up, it's like even if you come to Christ or whatever, if you have like a conversion experience, the first thing you want to do is try to tell everybody else the good news, if you will. Not to get like sappy Christian, sorry. But it's true, and I feel the same way about this. I'm like, wow, this is like truth that's been hidden from everybody. Like I didn't realize any of this was going on. I was very naive, and then people, were gracious enough to be patient with me and not call me a fed or a psyop and just be like, here's the truth, you know, uh, do with it what you want. So I would say goal is to try to wake up normal people, everyday people. I don't want to be preaching to the converted. I want to try to get new people into the fold, people who don't know, and stuff like that. So that's why I'm trying to curate my image to where it's not too abrasive and it scares off people. But it's just like fun and lighthearted, leaning into like the whole point of this space. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be lighthearted, but you're trying to convey a general truth at the same end. So I would say J pilling as many people as possible is the goal for 2025.
Out of curiosity, what is your follower count on TikTok?
Oh, I don't have TikTok anymore. I've gotten banned a billion times, so I just gave up. Yeah.
Oh, did they ban you for that video?
They took the video down and then they banned me right after that. I think I was at 70,000 on TikTok when that happened. So yeah, they had to take that down real quick.
Wow.
It's friggin' brutal.
It's
But
wild to me that TikTok, of all places, banned you for that. Like, have you seen some of the degeneracy on TikTok? Like, it's crazy.
Right.
yeah, the
Well, you're allowed
trannies
to be
aren't
like some
getting.
disgusting trans person or whatever, but you're not allowed to just make a joke.
Oh, you can have purple hair and scream at the microphone because you're horrified that Trump's been inaugurated. But
There was a
you
lot of
know,
milk from that, though, I gotta say. There was a
oh,
lot a lot of
so
low
friggin'
cow
good.
milk. Yeah.
It is so good. Well, yeah, and Lily, we want to be there to support you in this journey, and I think there's further right to go, but I think a great suggestion is to continue kind of making those curious videos. And I mean, I see that you interviewed HT, and so when you interviewed HT, who I have spoken with many times, and I think he is a lovely person and someone that the media and the lefties, they all lie about him, and even people within the movement. And that's what I found about Chris. It was like when I heard him talk about the Muslim rape gangs and his authentic concern for those girls, I was like, yeah, no, he's another person that they lied about. They lied about Derek, they lie about Jeremy, they lie about Ferryman, like they lie about all of us. So um I think that you can, like, they're going to lie about you too. I know that you've been accused of being a Jew yourself, and they're going to like accuse you, they're going to Fed jacket you because that's what they don't know what to do with you. But to kind of keep making these kind of videos, and you've got that southern sweet accent, right? Um, which is so charming. And yeah, invite more girls into the pool, as it were. And if you make it safe, guys will actually find it safe too. A lot of men find courage by going, well, if she's allowed to be like that, then why aren't I? Because we're kind of trying to unfuck the situation for men collectively right now, and it's hard work.
And most men don't want to be outshone by a woman. So they don't want, if a woman can do it, then most men are going to be like, well, I can fucking do it too.
Yeah, that's a good point. But no, I think that the goal should be to try to get men to wake up because, women, we can talk all day or whatever, but it's not really going to make a difference until the men collectively rise up. We're never going to see a difference. But, I think women kind of guide culture to a certain extent. So if we can just do our role in that and then be able to step aside, like the ultimate goal would be able to, just find me a white power man and have me some white babies and not be in the workforce and not be in the spotlight. Because believe it or not, I do not necessarily love this, but nobody else is really saying it, at least in a normie circle. So I kind of feel like I have a duty to, let people know what's going on. But yeah, that's definitely a woman's role, is to try to, lead the culture in a good way and encourage the men.
Okay, well, you heard it here first, boys. That postie that makes our, we keep on
What is our
talking about
count
getting
now?
that white dating space again. We're
Yeah,
like, maybe we'll have a white singles space one of these days, and
single and
I don't
mingle.
know, we'll auction some guys or something. I'm not quite sure how we'll do it.
Yeah.
I mean, in theory, you need the men if you're going to war, but a lot of things can be changed without going to war. No, I'm not dogging on the men here, but I was just thinking, in theory, even if you just had the women and the children, and you had a collective amongst all of the women of saying we want all these people gone, I actually think that would carry a lot of weight, and we could erect significant change, even if the men weren't on board. I mean, the men are obviously a bonus, and they're obviously like awesome and physical and all that other stuff. But I don't think that we're 100% dependent on them. If every single woman in the country said everyone's got to go back, um,
Well,
that would carry a lot of weight.
the kikes targeted the women first. The kikes targeted the women first. All right. So, in order to
Yes,
secure their victory, they started with the women.
yes, of course.
For sure they
They have
did.
manipulated and weaponized our empathy and compassion.
That's why a
I,
good first date is at the gun range. The gun range is a good first date.
that's awesome, Vidar. Yes. Okay, gents, take notes. First date at the gun
Yeah.
range. Let's go. I mean, as Canadian Girl was saying, that my kids don't know a world where they're not surrounded by multiculturalism. I was born into a world where I didn't know a world without feminism, right? It was just all made to be normal, and this is the way it was supposed to be. And trying to undo that has been a tremendous amount of work, and there's been a lot of pain and suffering in that process, because we were targeted. One could say when we were targeted first, and with good reason. We have all sorts of soft target points, right? So it makes sense to target us, but uh, I think there's something when we do have children that we become a lot more sort of militant and protective and dangerous, and then we see what's been happening to the British girls, and there's something about me that's become quite unstoppable because of the harm that has come through mass immigration. And yeah, and I'm trying to cheer on our guys as best I can. Like, you can do it, come on, boys. Like, get it together, and like, we'll help organize whatever we can in the background. Like, we got you. And we support you 1,000%. And we know that there's times where y'all need to be together and organized, like, together and by yourselves. And then there's times where we're around you and supporting you and cheering you along. So I guess we're trying to recreate a new world without, feminism and multiculturalism. And it is a fucking challenge to undo that mess.
Yeah, absolutely. And if they targeted the women first, if that was the first to fall, maybe if we can get our act together, that'll be the first step to fixing the problem to begin with, since they went after us first. We can just undo all that work that they did.
And
Right,
then
they're coming
after
after our
the
kids.
and then after the gun range, you go back home and you cook a meal. Then after you eat the meal, you clean the guns with maybe a little bit of wine.
It sounds like a
Vidar,
pretty awesome first date.
fucking Vidar is putting himself up here, guys, as an eligible bachelor, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm helping anybody that wants to make babies and wants to get in the mood.
Oh my God, did we just make a match here, Bates?
Yeah, I think so. Okay, Lily, watch your DMs.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
um,
No,
uh,
that's a great idea. But that was for that was for everyone. Go ahead, rip me off, or Or yeah, I'm up for a mystery date.
There you go. Good ideas are meant to be stolen, right? So, like good memes, they're meant to be stolen. Um, okay, well, I guess, we've hit 2 hours, and Lily, and Chris and Derek, I don't want to snarfle all your time, but if there's any last words that anyone has to say, I think some of us might break out into some other white power spaces. I'm sure there's 100 going on right now tonight, but um, any parting words, and I can wrap this baby up.
Yeah, if I could just say thank you so much for having this space and having me on. I really appreciate it. It's nice to feel welcomed into a team, especially when you're kind of on the fence here and you don't really know who your crowd is. We are like people who want to be with a team. We want to have a tribe. So I really appreciate it. You ladies are awesome. Chris, you're awesome. I appreciated hearing from all the speakers. So yeah, just thank you very much. It was
Oh,
great meeting you guys.
hold on one sec. Baron, I just brought up. I think he had something urgent to say. Do you want to say it quickly? And
Go,
Urgent.
Baron.
I'm gonna say thanks, guys. I've been doing this since 1989 in the white power movement, so it's like a nuance to find new people jumping into it. It's good. The dating thing would be good for you ladies to do, like people that are like single in the movement. But you guys are doing good, man. And remember, you're not going to fill every space. Some people can't videotape themselves confronting people because people like me, I'd be arrested instantly. And so everyone fills their niche differently because Europeans were so diverse. We're not like a tribe mentality. We're like pressure from below, different angles. So whatever works, even if there is a fucking psyops running shit through different channels, let them carry our message on their back like fucking parasites. And yeah, making babies is good, man. I went in a space the other day where this English guy was mad because I had different girlfriends, said it was degenerate. You got all types of people, like people that think moralistic high ground's the best. I don't give a fuck. I just block those people and move on. Whatever. I don't give a fuck, whatever it is, just as long as we're moving, man.
thanks, Baron.
Awesome. Thank you for your service, Baron, since the 1980s. You're like a veteran that needs a salute. I need
Yeah,
a
yeah.
salute emoji.
If you guys ever fucking saw a video called Gathering of the Gods Ian Stewart Memorial thing with Tom Metzger, Max Resist, English Rose, we did that video. And Prussian Blue, the two little girls. My friend did all their videos.
Nice.
Nice, cool.
Well, I'm sure like it's been quite the journey for you too, watching the progression and watching it accelerate, right? The
Well,
accelerationism that's been
in
happening.
the mid 2000s, the FBI put in a bunch of fake ass people, which I see a lot now in the movement on Twitter. I don't mention names because I don't infight. If people don't know, they don't know. But it collapsed the whole movement. Late 2000s. I used to talk to David Duke all the time and Jamie Kelso, who runs Stormfront. So when I see new people come up, I don't recognize. I just kind of just watch and observe. But they collapsed the movement in the mid 2000s. It just disappeared. Now with X, you see a lot of newcomers and other people. So just be cautious out there, man. You know what I mean? And there's nothing bad about this at all. We should move forward, but just have eyes to see shit. You know what I mean?
No, you're right. You're right. And it does take getting to know people IRL. Like the reason I feel so confident in, the guys in Canada from Diagolon or what have you, the white nationalist movement is because I have met them in person, and there's something that when you make real eye contact, and there's quite a few people within this white nationalist movement that I've met in person, and it makes a huge difference. um and yeah, you're right. Like there's a lot there. We're definitely going to be under attack, and far be it from me to be not be fooled. I've been fooled before. I'm highly trusting, but I'm getting better.
We're working on it.
We're working on it. I trust you, Posty. I trust
Yeah.
Canadian Girl. Canadian Girl is the most racist person I've ever met in my life, so I trust her. um Derek, do you have something to say as parting words, brother?
No, thanks for having me join the space. I appreciate everybody's opinion. Um, yeah, that's it. That's all. I hope everybody has a good night.
Okay, and you can follow Derek Rants. He also has a show on Rumble and Entropy called Plaid Army that plays every Sunday night around 8-ish. and it's friggin' hilarious. So give Derek a follow. And Chris, our double veteran, military veteran, as well as a white nationalist veteran.
Yeah, well, we will force them to submit to our will, or we will crush them beneath it. Hail the heroes, hail the resistance, hail Blutstom.
I just
Sorry, Christine, or Canadian girl, I didn't hear you. Go again, sister.
Sorry. Just talk to family and friends. Do what you can. Put a comment in a commercial ad on Facebook. Make a video, make a poster, make a sticker. I mean, do whatever you can because it's the collective. And you never know what's going to reach somebody. And it's those little bits that give people courage. It's those little constant seeing it, not just seeing it once a year, but seeing it like kind of daily or even weekly. That will give them the courage to do something as well. And that's how we win. So do whatever you can.
Yes. Do what Canadian girl says. She has all the good ideas. Posty, got any
Just
sign off, sister?
Yep. Just thanks, Lily, for joining. Thanks, Chris and Derek, and obviously Canadian Girl. Yeah, it's been awesome. Great.
Thank you
Yeah, and
guys.
thanks to the speakers. You guys are awesome. Lily, you're awesome. We got your back, girl. I'm looking forward to help you in the background in whatever way I can.
Well, thank you so much. I really, that means a lot. I really appreciate it, especially coming from another girl. It's like when other girls want to be friends, it's like, it especially warms my heart.
Oh, we're cool. We're a cool bunch of old hags.
Hell yeah.
Speak for
Yeah.
myself. I'm speaking for
Yeah.
myself.
No, like we're aunties, and it's like we got to watch out for our babies out there, right? And so because I know it can be rough waters out there. And so you've got some aunties watching your back. So we got you.
Aunties. I
Perfect.
love that
Sounds good.
expression. Lily, you're welcome to join us on a Sunday night for Plaid Army if you'd like.
Okay, I'd love to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love his show. It's great.
Cheers. We'll make it
Friggin'
happen.
awesome. Nice. Give him a follow. That's amazing. Vidar, you have a last thing. You've got another dating solution, brother.
No, I wanted to thank you. This was a nice space. I think you're doing a good job at adding to the power of the 14 words. And I might mess them up a bit, but they're engraved in my destiny. And that's to, preserve this life for my people and my culture and my nation that put me on my feet where I'm at now with a huge head start. And to make sure and protect uh, this entire anywhere where there's going to be our families, to make sure that our future, the children, uh, can have the life they deserve. Um, and also, I do whatever I can on these platforms. And I'm reading from the Prozetta right now, and so I just did the preface and the chapter one, but I'll get on a schedule here, a particular time here soon. But thank you so much for having me up here. Thanks everybody. Thanks Chris, man. The way to bring the power to the table, dude.
Oh, and just one more reminder: there is a 24-hour-a-day JQ space um, uh, showing Hitler speeches. So for anyone who wants to hear some translated Hitler speeches, you can go find that space.
Yeah, and I put the 14 words at the top of the space, where Lily posted it today, and I sent that to my group chat with Posty, and I'm like, oh yeah, she's cooking now. And it says we must secure the existence of our people and a future for white children. It's a must. It's imperative. It's essential. It's not like we should, we could, let's think about it. It's a must. So us coming together and doing this ensures a future for our white children. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks. White
White
power.
power.
Thank you.
See ya.
All right. Thanks, Lily. Thanks.